Welcome to part 2 of our Hall of Fame project with one-point perspective, where we're going to be using Photoshop to insert pictures that follow that one-point perspective rule. So first of all, you need to know where to find the photo of your project. If you go to the H drive on your computer and then School, Students, Shared, and then Art 3rd Grade, you're going to find a folder with your name on it. This will be where you have your picture and where you will save your file. So open up Photoshop, and then you can either click on that Open tab or go to File, Open, and follow those directions again in the H drive to open up the photo of your backdrop that we're going to be using. Once you have it open, you're going to see that there's an area that has a tab called Layers, and it has a layer called Background. Layers is probably the most important feature for Photoshop. Because if you stack different layers on top of one another, you can work with how they kind of blend together, or if you cut something out of the top layer, you will see through to that background layer, which is what we're going to be doing today with our images. If you right click on that layer, you can have this pop-up box and click Duplicate Layer. You always want to do that so that you have a clean copy of your background. Then click the eyeball that's next to that background layer so that it disappears. That's just in case we need it for later. But now we have this new background copy, and if we mess something up on it, it's fine. So we're going to go over to the left where the tools are and select the pen tool. So it looks like a calligraphy pen, and you're just going to click on every single corner of wherever you want to cut out the paper. So I want to cut out the inside of my picture frame. So I'm going to click every single corner until I make a completed box. So I'm going to click that last one and complete the box here. Once you've completed it, you will right click inside of your box and you'll get this little pop-up, and you're going to select Make Selection. Make Selection, and then OK. Once you select OK and you've got the dashed boxed line around there, you can hit Delete, and it will literally cut out that portion that you had selected. Do this for all of your picture frames so that you have empty picture frames. Now we're ready to go ahead and place our pictures in the scene. So you're going to go to the top left, click File, and Place Embedded. File, Place Embedded. This is how you're going to be able to open up those photos that you had selected earlier. So for whatever your Hall of Fame is going to be, mine was tennis, so I found some tennis players. So I've got Serena Williams here. And you can change the size by pulling those little white boxes and move the picture around. But once you get it kind of where you want it, you can hit that check mark at the top of the screen there. Or if you want to keep moving it around and keep changing the size, hit Control T. That is Control T on your keyboard. It's called Transform. Right click on your box and hit Perspective. This is a perspective warp. So we are following one-point perspective. You can drag the corners and it'll push that corner off into the distance. So you can see I need to pull the left side so that it's closer to me, and I need to change the size of the very far end, the right side of the picture, so that it fits into my picture frame. So you want the top and bottom of this image of whatever you have, but in my case Serena, to go with the lines of one-point perspective. So they should essentially line up with the top and bottom of the picture frames. And then that back far right side is the same size as my picture frame. Click the check mark whenever you're happy with it. And then we're going to make this the right size here. You may or may not have to do this, but I'm going to make a selection with that box with the dotted lines and just delete the part of the picture that I don't need. You can see that the picture will fit pretty well there in that space in my picture frame, but I really want it to go behind the picture frame. So what I need to do is take the layer and click and drag so that I pull it underneath that background copy. So my actual image of the hallway should be the top layer. Think of like paper stacked, and that background copy is the top of the stack, and then I have my pictures underneath it. While I'm working on the perspective change for my pictures, I can have it on top, And then once I've got it the right size and the right 1-point perspective, then I'll pull it underneath that top layer. So I went to File, Place Embedded, pulled in my new picture here, Control T to transform, and then right click on the picture, and I did perspective, my perspective warp, and I'm pulling the picture so that those lines at the top and bottom of the picture really fit in with my 1-point perspective. They line up with the top and bottom of the picture frames, and the far left side fits inside of the picture frame that is closest to the door over there. So you can see there I pulled it behind again the layer underneath that background copy layer, so that it looks like the picture is sitting inside the frame. And I'm going to do this with all of my photos. Okay. So at this point, if you're ready to start pulling in your photos, you can. There's one more thing I will show you guys at the end, and that's how to add text, because I want mine to say Tennis Hall of Fame at the top. Again, going to the left side where all the tools are, I hit the letter T, and that is T for text, and then you just click on the page wherever you want your text. You'll see at the top of the screen you've got different font styles, and you've got different sizes of your font. You can play around with that just like you would in a Microsoft Word document, so you can change it to be different types of font and different sizes. I want mine really big. Oh, and you can also change the color. See where that white box is at the top of my screen? White's going to show up really well on my picture because I have dark colors, so I chose white for my text. And then you can click and move it. It's on a layer of its own, so you can always move that layer wherever you want it. And you're done. Now it's time to save. You are going to go to File, kind of like we went File, Embed, but instead File, Save As. And I want you guys to save this as a PSD file. That's just a Photoshop file in your folder with your name on it. That way I can check it and make sure you have all the layers done correctly. Let me know if you need any help. Good luck!